The turning point of manufacturing.
The Industrial Revolution.
Before the Industrial Revolution, everything was made by hand.
Then in 1789, a man named Samuel Slater brought the Industrial Revolution to America.
America took the information they got from England and started making more than just textiles, like furniture.
Before the Industrial Revolution, many people worked on land that was owned by people called aristocrats. Then inventors created machines that could use nature's gifts, water, steam, and coal, to create things that we would normally make by hand. In many people's opinion, the Industrial Revolution was a good thing. For one, because of mass production, it helped to lower costs on more luxury items. It also created more jobs, and jobs that don't necessarily require a highly educated person, which is good for the average man. It also gave more freedom to people to move from the countryside into cities where they can work, and brought jobs and wealth to people who were poor. The overall quality of life improved during and after the Industrial Revolution. On the other hand, the Industrial Revolution does have some negative effects too. For one thing, there was a lot of pollution. Why don't you take a look at some of these pictures and you tell me, does this look like a lot of pollution to you? Some more negative effects about the Industrial Revolution is that with creating more jobs, they required really long hours, they were treated very poorly, there was a lot of child labor, and the jobs were very dangerous. And this caused a lot of protests and riots from the public that really broke apart America. Eventually, in the 20th century, laws were passed to help make the conditions better. But here are some pictures about what life was like before the laws were passed.
These children worked for little to no pay.
The assembly line was the biggest innovation. What they would do was, they would have the product come down on the conveyor belt, and each person in the line would do one job on it. This helped produce products much more efficiently. In 1793, a man named Eli Whitney created something called the cotton gin. This was one of the most pivotal inventions. What it did was separate the seeds from the cotton, which saved a lot of money and time spent on separating them by hand. Another fact is that Richard Sutcliffe in 1901 invented the conveyor belt, which was used for the assembly line. This was also a very pivotal invention. Many people believe that a man named Henry Ford created the assembly line. That is not true. In actuality, a man named Ransom Olds created the assembly line in 1901.